Hello friends, hope you are doing good and welcome to this YouTube channel. So today's topic is AWS App Runner. We are going to see, what is AWS App Runner. It is comparatively a new service introduced by AWS. So if you are dev engineer, a software developer, you're into testing and you are in need of quickly testing the application features without worrying about set up the infrastructure. This is really going to help you out, right? So let's see what is AWS App Runner. So AWS App Runner is a fully managed service first of all, so you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to arrange your code, the software development code. You just have to worry about that. You can mention it either the GitHub repository, which has the code, or if in case the application is containerized, you can also mention the ECR, the Elastic Container Registry URL where the images are kept. And that's it. You have to just configure a couple of settings and you are really good to go. So really, you can just deploy the application in a matter of minutes. Now we are going to discuss about the benefits of AWS App Runner. AWS App Runner is really beneficial and we can say that it is easy to use. You don't have to be a core technical guy to use this service. You can just get started with a few clicks. It scales with traffic, so you really don't need to worry about the load. If the load on the application increases, the application infrastructure scales up on its own, so you don't need to worry about anything. So it saves time, definitely, because the infrastructure provisioning headache is gone totally. So it saves a lot of time and it ensures a compliant environment. Definitely, by default, AWS App Runner gives a public URL which is accessible to everyone. But in case that you really want to secure your application, that is in most of the cases really true. So there is an option to select a VPC and we can launch the application within that VPC and control who can access it and how it can be really accessed. And other components like the RDS, caching, SQS can also be integrated as they are compatible with the VPC. Then how App Runner really works. So let's say that this is the App Runner service. It's really easy and quick. Step number one is we need to add a source. Source can be a GitHub repository or an ECR ECR, that is Elastic Container Registry, which will have the image URI, which is running our application. Then we need to configure some build and service settings like what commands to execute to start the application, or the virtual CPUs and memory that we need to configure. Then we just need to review and create. Click on create, and in few minutes we will receive a secure URL which will have our application running. So let's skip to the good part. Let's move to the demonstration. After the theory part, let's see how to deploy an application using AWS App Runner. To demonstrate, I have here a sample Flask application. It's a very small Flask application. Let's see how it looks like. So yeah, I will mention the link to the GitHub repository in the description part. You can clone it from there easily. So it has app.py, which is the Python code. It will just display hello from AWS App Runner when the website will be successfully deployed using App Runner, and it has the requirement.txt, which has the prerequisite modules that need to be installed before proceeding with the real application deployment. And last but not the least, we have the Docker file as well, according to which we will create the image. So this is what few steps we need to mention, and this is the CMD part which will run the Flask server. So Flask runs on port 5000 by default. So first, let's create the ECR repository. Here, let's get started. So get started, and I will create a private repository here, and let me name as app runner Flask. Okay, let's keep it as same. Then just create repository. All right. So now we are going to create an image and push it to this repository. Let's see how it's done. So nothing fancy, just select this and click on view push commands. So here, step number one, we are going to log into the ECR. Let me clear my screen here and then paste. Okay, so what does it say? Okay, Docker not there, so just let me install it. Let us start the service systemctl start Docker and then enable it. Just and then let us check the status. It's running. We are good to go. Let's again try that command. Tada, login successful. Login succeeded. Let's proceed with the other commands. Now we are going to tag this. So now we are going to build this image. So we just copy this from here, paste it over here like this. It will take a minute or so. Okay, it was real quick. Then just we copy the third command in which we are going to just tag it with the latest tag. Okay, just paste it. And last but not the least, we are going to push it to the repository. So like this, copy this command, paste it over here. Okay, it's pushing slowly. It will take some time. So for the demonstration, I took the Python image. If the image size needs to be really small, then we can customize an Alpine image. Alpine, just for your information, is the very basic image. It's very of the order of few MBs rather than this 500 MBs or more. So always have better to have smallest image possible because it will save time and resources. So let's wait for this to get pushed. All right, it is being pushed. After being successfully pushed, we should be able to see it over here. And then we just go to the repository here. We will see this is the image here. So we have successfully pushed the image. It is of the size 344 MBs. Then just we go to the app runner, which is the subject of this lecture. Let's start the app runner. We will choose this container registry, Amazon ECR. Yes, it's a private one. And from here we have to copy the image URI actually. So where is the image URI? Just go over here, and here is the image URI. We have to use this image, so we will just go here and paste it over here like this. Then our deployment is manual. We are going to choose manual. Otherwise, automatic deployment, what will happen as soon as we push the image to the ECR, this will be auto triggered. This workflow will be auto triggered. Some IAM role needs to be created so that the app runner will have access to the ECR. So we will let AWS create the default one on its own here like this, and then next, and we will just name it as Flask app. And here we can choose the amount of virtual CPUs and memory that we need to allocate. It's a very small application, so one vCPU and 2 gigs of memory is very much okay. And I've just changed it to 5000 port because Flask runs on the by default the 5000 port. Then auto scaling based on the concurrency of requests can be controlled from here. As we studied earlier, it is a managed service. It will take care, but you can just define the when the auto scaling should take place. Health check is somewhat similar to the AWS ALB settings. So unhealthy threshold, healthy threshold, all these things can be decided. Then if custom security, KMS encryption, you need to enable it for the very secure application. It can be taken care from here. And networking, because by default the app runner gives us the public facing URL. If it needs to be controlled, and if I'd say it has to be made private, we can choose the VPC as well and click on next. Just we have to revise it. All the settings that we have done earlier are visible here, and create and deploy. So it will take, okay, so let me, okay, so actually I was trying this earlier, so maybe let me change the role name as this one, then it should work. Yeah, it will work. So it will take, okay, so it is deploying actually. All right, so there was a conflict with the role name. Now it has been sorted out. It will take around 10 minutes, so I will pause the recording and we'll get back once it is. It took around 7-8 minutes, but as now we can see that the service is in the running state and everything seems okay. Now let's see the default domain. Let me try to open it in a browser and let's see what comes up. So here it is. Hello from AWS App Runner. So our Flask application is running on container. It is being successfully deployed on AWS App Runner and it is giving us the desired output. So this is it for the current lecture, and thanks for watching. More exciting stuff coming up, and if you like the video, support us. Do like, comment, subscribe, and if you want any more videos, like if you want that, okay, we should cover this topic in our videos, then just let us know. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a good time.